Welcome, everybody, to our first Personal Peace Procedure Wednesdays with Wonderland free community tapping circle for August. We voted for resentment as the emotional theme for this month, and it's really interesting to notice how we sometimes can feel an aversion to feeling anger, to feeling resentment, to allowing ourselves to go there. And it's something I'm pretty passionate about because Gabor Mate has a list of like the 5 most common characteristics of people with chronic illness and autoimmune disorders. And the most common factor, the biggest key factor in these things is repression of healthy anger. So oftentimes when we repress anger, it can lead to physical issues, chronic illness specifically. And I think the reason that we do that, he postulates, is because we are taught at a very young age that angry kids don't get loved. When we're angry, we get sent to our room, the love is kind of withdrawn. And I think a lot of us also, especially on this spiritual path, this personal development path, can feel like anger is a low vibe emotion. And so we'd rather just bypass it, suppress it, avoid it, deny it. And we may also have been raised by parents who were unpredictable and showed their anger in very unhealthy ways. And we may have vowed to ourselves, I will never be like that. I will never have an explosive temper. I will remain calm at all costs. And sometimes that cost can be pretty big to us. So what we're going to do today is we're going to stare that resentment in the face. We're going to lean into it. We're going to honor every bit of it. We're going to have a temper tantrum, a pity party. We're going to tap and rant. We're going to get it out of our system because, as Margaret Lynch Raniere says, on the other side of anger, on the other side of this rage is courage, co-rage. And I really, really love that. It allows us to transform all of that energy, to free up the energy that we've been using to hold on to this resentment in our body. And it turns into fuel for us, for self-preservation, for assertiveness, so we can set some healthy boundaries with people, for advocacy, so we can advocate for ourselves and other people that may be being wronged at that time. And it gives us the power to act. So it can be exhausting to hold on to this resentment, to hold on to all of this anger toward people, and especially if we're suppressing it. So once we really allow ourselves to be exposed to it and tap, bringing in that contradictory experience, then it frees up that energy and turns it into fuel for healthy expressions. And also, Margaret says, the angry voice that says it's not fair, which we're definitely going to say today, always leads to, and I deserve better. And in the end, that is what I believe is our goal with tapping, to get to that unconditional self-love and compassion for ourselves and that elevated self-worth, which says that was not right. I was wronged. I can release that now and turn it into fuel for making sure that it doesn't happen to me again because I deserve better. So it's really important for us to do that today. If there's any part of you that feels like, I don't want to go there, I'm not an angry person, I'm not going to allow myself to feel these feelings, honor that part and ask it to just step aside for just the next hour. Can you just let me feel this anger for the next hour? And then you can come in and protect me again, all that you need to. But maybe even just let it know, I'm good with this. This is healthy for me. And I'm open to allowing myself to feel this anger for today. So there's my little intro spiel. Yeah, Dad was the only one who got to do anger. That is extremely common. Everyone in our family was angry. So there's probably a big part in us that's like, I don't want to be that way. I made a vow. I will never, ever be that way. Yep, Dad and his siblings had lots of angry outbursts. Mom and her family are mostly repressed. I was stuck in the middle, angry with no outlet. Yeah, so anger and resentment are very similar. Resentment is what I want to focus on today, and it's where we are holding this specific anger toward a specific person or organization or group of people or ourselves. And generally, we do it as a means of protecting ourselves from ever letting that happen again, And it may also be that we don't want to let them get away with it. Maybe out in the real world, they did get away with it. So there's a part of us that's like, no, inside me, I am not letting them off the hook. And the only way to do that is to hold on to this resentment. But as we know, it's like drinking poison and hoping that the other person dies from it. They've probably moved on. They probably do not think about it at all. Yet we are still holding on to it, grasping onto it, clinging onto it. So that's what we're going to work on today. I will go ahead and post the worksheet just one more time in case anyone has joined us and does not have access to the worksheet. And we'll go ahead and get started filling that out right now. So find your favorite spot. It might even be the liver points today, that little below the nipple point that we have right here. I like to just rub it back and forth. And I have my clients do that as I have them kind of rant. Just let themselves really feel it. So use your dominant hand to fill out your form and use your other hand to find a spot that feels good for you right now. So we can go ahead and just start regulating as we get into this specific recent event of resentment. Yeah, and maybe no one in your family ever showed anger. So it may just be that you weren't modeled a healthy outlet for anger, so you don't really even know what to do with it. Yeah, chronic health issues. Good, I'm glad that's resonating with you guys. So take a look at the worksheet, maybe give a title to whatever this event was that caused this resentment in the first place. And then we'll go through and get specific on the aspects. So paint the picture for yourself, bring yourself back into that moment. What did you see? What did you hear? Where were you? Who were you with? Maybe even get specific on this person. If there's a person specifically that you're resenting, what do they look like? What were they wearing in that moment? How were they standing? Where were they sitting? Let's get really, really specific. And if you're not able to really feel the resentment right now, we're just going to exaggerate it and see if we can spark some neural pathways. Because there may very well be huge parts of us that are trying to protect us from feeling this anger. And that is okay. Okay, I see a few of you still writing, and it's okay. You can continue writing for sure. It looks like a lot of us are almost ready. So I'll give it about one more minute. A specific recent event that caused me to feel resentment. Go ahead and start deepening your breaths. Seeing if you can slow them down. 6 seconds on the inhale. And 6 seconds on the exhale. And we'll go ahead and get started on the side of the hand. For those of you that are new, we always take personal responsibility for our mental health and our well-being here, and please change the words if they don't resonate for you. I'm going to give us a little bit of time today for you just to come up with your own words so you can do your own tapping and ranting. But I generally come in with a script, and I don't want you to say the words if they're not true for you. So please change them as appropriate. Even though I am holding on to this resentment, I accept myself and all my feelings. Even though I feel this resentment in my body, and be specific on where you feel it, I can allow myself space to pause and breathe and honor my feelings. Even though someone did something to me, and it is hard to let go of this resentment, I have the power to rise above emotions that no longer support me. Top of the head, I have every right to feel resentment. Eyebrow, it's totally justified. Side of the eye, they wronged me. Under the eye, they hurt me. Under the nose, they caused me pain. Under the mouth, and holding on to this resentment may be keeping me safe from experiencing that pain again. Collarbone, all this resentment. Under the arm, this sense of injustice. Go straight to the liver points. You can rub back and forth, or you can actually tap. I'll show you one more time here. You can just tap right there if you'd like. It's where we hold a lot of this anger. It shouldn't have happened that way. Top of the head. Part of me thinks this resentment will punish them. Eyebrow. And somehow make things right again. Side of the eye. They deserve to be resented. Under the eye. And I don't want to let them off the hook. I don't want to release this resentment. Under the nose. I don't want to let them win. Underneath the mouth. Maybe they got away with it. And they're not getting away with it from me. Collarbone. I need to carry this resentment. Under the arm, as a reminder to not get hurt again. Now we're just going to go to the liver points, rub back and forth or tap, whichever you prefer, and we're going to rant. We're going to have a pity party. We're going to say how mad we are at them, how they did us wrong, they hurt me, who do they think they are? You can use any of the words that I'm saying, or you can come up with your own. If you have the safety in the space where you are right now, raise your voice, get upset, let it out. It's energy that wants to move. How dare they? Do they know who they're messing with? Do they know how badly they hurt me? I can't believe they got away with this. I'm so angry. It's so unfair. I can't believe they did that. So much resentment. I resent them, I resent them, I resent them. Say their name. If you could have them right in front of you and you could say whatever you wanted, just say it, curse, get it out, whatever feels good for you. I can't believe you thought it was okay to treat me that way. You never should have said that to me. You never should have done that to me. You're an awful person for doing that. I am so justified in hating you right now. I hope you never do it to anyone else. How dare you? How dare you think you can treat me that way? Let it out. Just let it out. Nice full deep breaths into this as we move to the top of the head. All this resentment. Eyebrow. All this resentment. Now let's get specific on where it is in the body, side of the eye. All this resentment in my stomach. Under the eye. All this resentment in my head, my chest, my heart. Under the nose. All this resentment. All this resentment. Under the mouth. How dare they? Collarbone. All this resentment. I can honor it right now. It makes perfect sense. I resent them. Of course I resent them. Do you know what they did to me? Under the arm. All this resentment in my blank. Side of the hand. And even though I resent them, I should resent them. They did me wrong. And I can honor how I feel about this. Right here and right now. Good. We'll take a little break. Tune into your body. Grab a drink if you'd like. You can stomp your feet if that feels good. Shake it out. Move around. Get a stretch. And then check back in with your worksheet and just see if anything changed without any expectation. It's just a check-in. Just to see, the suds may have gone up. We've done nothing but focus on the truth of the moment right now. We don't reframe prematurely as much as possible in this circle. We try to just honor exactly where we're at, especially when it comes to this anger, because we can so quickly compartmentalize it, dissociate from it, suppress it. So I want to keep it as alive as possible right now for everybody. So tune in to the overall feeling of resentment, the emotional aspect of this event, and then tune into the individual aspects too, the sensory aspects, and see if any of that's changed. Sometimes you'll notice it becomes a little fuzzier, it becomes a little distant, you see it from a whole new perspective. And yes, please feel free to share in the chat. I love using your words for some rounds in here, so please absolutely share. Okay, so yeah, the resentment turned toward you, Amber, that I fell for it again. Yep, that's a shift. That's good. So we have a little shift in the resentment. Okay, good. Moving around, move to the left side of the back. Good. Yeah, Richard, there's a lot of sadness underneath the anger and resentment and a feeling of powerlessness. Yeah. So some of you may have heard this analogy before, but I like to use it when it has to do with mad and sad. It's the peanut M&M. We have the candy shell, right, which is what we consider the bad. Then we have the chocolate, and that's the mad. And then the peanut on the inside is the sad. So what happens is we generally hold the mad to cover up the sad. So we don't have to feel the sadness. We get angry at someone instead of really tuning into the fact that we're sad that someone would treat us that way. And then it gets so big that it cracks the candy shell, and that's when we behave badly. So generally underneath the angry emotions is a sense of sadness and powerlessness. So I'm glad that you're feeling that, Richard. It's a good shift there. And so just keep changing the words as we continue to tap today, so that you can honor the sadness that you're feeling. Revulsion, yep. And as Freya said, now it's hurt and grief. So you guys are moving this energy for sure. It's a part of me that takes over responsibility for situations in order to give grace and keep connection. I feel that part butting in, and that's okay. Talk to that part and say, thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to have this compassionate heart, for allowing me to give grace to these people. I love you and I honor you as a part. And just for the next 30 minutes, is there any way that you could just step aside and let me really feel this anger without extending any grace? Because that will come naturally when I allow myself to just honor the fact that I'm angry, that someone treated me that way. Yeah, those parts are just here to protect us. It's okay. And they're genuine too. Like, there are authentic parts of us that just really do want to extend grace to people that hurt us. But sometimes it can be a form of spiritual bypass, and that leads to us repressing this healthy sense of anger. And that's what we're trying to avoid today. The Italian side of me wants to murder them. Good. Let that part out. Even though I want to murder them. And if those words don't work for you, I'm definitely working them in. You can say hurt them, get revenge on them, any of those things. A good kick in the balls. Exactly. Good. Okay, let's let it out for sure. And then I'm definitely going to work in around on the feelings of sad, hurt, grief, and powerlessness, because a lot of you are feeling that right now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes the shifts that we have is just accepting the people in our lives the way they are, understanding what they're capable of giving us, and shifting our expectations so that we don't expect the same from them in the future. And that's what I mean about self-preservation, advocacy, assertiveness, the courage to either speak up to these people and say it's unacceptable that you treat me this way, or the courage to say those people don't get access to me anymore. I deserve better, and I will gradually or finally take away access. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, even if they're gone, we can absolutely take our energy back, take our power back from these people. All right. Even though I want to murder them, I want to give them a swift kick to the balls. And maybe part of me feels bad about that, like I should extend grace. And that's all okay. I accept all of me and all of my feelings. Even though I'm mad at me, because I fell for it again. What did I expect? They always behave this way. I can honor that resentment too. And I'm open to a new story. And even though underneath all this resentment, there's a lot of sadness and grief, I feel hurt and powerless. I have compassion for myself in this moment and in that moment too. Top of the head, all of these emotions. Eyebrow toward this person, side of the eye toward myself, under the eye, and for myself, all the sadness for myself. Under the nose, I deserve better. Under the mouth, they deserve to be resented. collarbone. But I'm the one suffering now. Under the arm. And this resentment energy is exhausting. Liver points. It's such a heavy burden to carry. Top of the head. Chances are they've moved on completely. Eyebrow. They probably don't even think about it. Side of the eye. They're free of this memory. Under the eye. And I'm the one still in pain. Under the nose. Letting someone else determine how I feel. Under the mouth. And I feel resentment. Collarbone. I feel sad. I feel hurt. And I have every right to feel that way. Under the arm. I was wronged. And I don't want that to happen again. Let's move on to the thumb point. So reach out like you're shaking my hand and get the corner of your thumb nail closest to the ceiling. Taking nice, full, gentle breaths into where that emotion is moving in your body. Moving on to the pointer finger. All this emotion. This shifting emotion. Middle finger. I feel it in my blank. Pinky finger. And I'm open to taking my power back. Let's do both hands. We'll do the other side. I'm open to a sense of relief. Pointer finger. I'm open to forgiving myself. First and foremost. Middle finger. And if and when I'm ever ready, I'm open to possibly forgiving them too. Pinky finger. All these emotions coursing through my energy system. And let's move on to the triple warmer point. Continuously tap as you close your eyes and take a nice, full, gentle breath. Just feeling the connection between your body and the chair. Feeling the connection between your feet and the floor. And then keep your nose pointed at me as you open your eyes and look hard down to the left. Come back to center and look hard down to the right. Come back to center. Eyes roll all the way up to the ceiling. Slowly begin to circle your clock to 1, 2, 3. Go really slow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Do that again at that pace in that direction. Nice and slow. Just scraping the edge of your peripheral vision. Scraping the edge of your resentment. Freeing up that space in your energetic body for more energy that suits you, that serves you. We'll do it again in this direction. Nice and slow, honoring everything that's coming up for you. They wronged me, and they shouldn't have. When you get up to 12, let's go the opposite direction. You can always switch hands if you'd like. Nice full breaths. Big, huge circles. They wronged me, and they shouldn't have. They wronged me, and they shouldn't have. We're going to do 3 total in this direction, counterclockwise. Take your time. And whenever you're complete, you can blink a few times and relax your eyes. If you still have a whole circle, no need to rush it. We'll all meet together here, taking your time. Good. Let's count hum today. So we'll hum a little tune. Count from 10 to 5. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Side of the hand. Even though they wronged me. And they shouldn't have. And I resent them for it. I deeply and completely honor how I feel. And I'm open to the possibility that this is no longer serving me. And that I can choose how I feel in any given moment. Taking some time to check in, moving the body, grabbing a drink, maybe placing your hand on that part of your body where the resentment was living. Yawning, letting it out. Better out than in, whatever's coming up. Screaming, belching, crying, whatever's coming up. And let me know. Do you guys still want to murder them? Do you still want to kick them in the balls? If not, how has it changed? And if so, that's okay. For those of you that were feeling sadness, hurt, grief, powerlessness. Okay, good. Good, Richard. Good. Beautiful. Good. And very nice. I feel sadness for them. Pain is gone in the back, says Roma. Wonderful. Very nice cognitive shifts, guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Disappointed, sad, powerless, and more than anything, exhausted. Yeah, lots of yawning. Yeah, when we have that hypervigilant nervous system, when we bring that calming signal, it makes perfect sense that our bodies are tired. Good. Yeah. And just honor, Elena, that disappointment, that sadness, and that powerlessness. And you can replace the words with that if it makes more sense. I will never get what I want from this person. And that is sad. That's a really sad thing to understand when you have to alter your expectations of people. But gratitude that I can get what I need from my brother. Good. Good. So yeah, when we remove our access to people that are no longer deserving of it, sometimes it has to do with the vibration thing too. As we continue to grow and learn and raise our vibration in this journey, some people can't match that vibration anymore. And I think this is an inevitable part, especially of spiritual awakenings. People just tend to slough off of your life. But the beautiful thing is that creates a void, a vacuum, a space in your life where the universe can bring in people that are more of your vibration, the people that can provide for you what it is that you were hoping these other people would and couldn't. So just be prepared that that may be something that happens as you continue to grow and raise your vibration. This soft space is where the tension was before. Good, good. So it's softened. Nice. Yep. Set is right down. Good. Yeah, there's definitely grief for ourselves. That's also part of the healing process, realizing how much you've put up with in the past and feeling the grief for that. Damned if I do and damned if I don't. Well, speaking up leaves me in resentment. Speaking up creates family havoc. Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes that's when it's best to just preserve yourself in the best way that you possibly can and give yourself what you need, because other people will not be able to do that for you. Okay. Okay. I can see that they just didn't give a shit about a lot of veterans. Yeah. I changed who I was to become a victim to get them to help us. Yep. And I have a choice to release it all. Yeah, because they're not going to change how the VA does things. Yeah, done holding it in my body. Yes, it's my fault is something I've been feeling strongly, but I have forgiveness since I was a child and could not leave the situation. Yeah, good. Less connected to resentment. Forever tied to this person, though, because of my grandchild, not sure how to navigate, how to move forward. So that's when we have these internal emotional boundaries that we put up, where we're able to say that person will always be that way and I will always be my way and I can choose what comes in, and we become less porous. And there are people we're going to be stuck with for the rest of our lives and they will always behave that way. But instead of taking on the resentment, we can expect that and we can extend grace as much as possible, but mostly we can preserve ourselves. Realize I deserve better and I will not expose myself to that. Even if I have to physically be exposed to it, my emotions, my energy will be protected from it. And there are ways to do that with energetic hygiene to keep yourself clean there. Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much for sharing that. Let's do a little bit of reframing, and I'll include some of the shifts that you guys have done as well. We'll do some sneaking away for people who are still holding on to some resentment. It's okay. It's all right. We'll trust that the energy will continue to move. And you know what? We're going to experience people in our lives that are going to wrong us. There's no end to this healing. So it's about finding the grace for ourselves, first of all, and finding that fuel so that we can learn to set healthy boundaries, speak our mind assertively and compassionately, and also be really deliberate and discerning with who we give our energy to. Okay. Even though I've been stewing on this for a long time, I'm ready to let myself off the hook now. Even though I've been harboring this resentment, I now free myself from this poison. Even though there may be more to release, I trust the energy will continue to move, and peace will fill this space eventually. Top of the head. Taking my power back from this person or people that have wronged me. Eyebrow. Feeling sadness for them, maybe. Side of the eye. Clearing it from my bones, muscles, and cells. Under the eye. I don't need this resentment anymore. I release this heavy burden right here and right now. Under the nose. I don't need it to keep me safe. Under the mouth. Because I can do that without this poison. Collarbone. I can set healthy boundaries with others. Stay on the collarbone for a minute and still be free of resentment. I can set healthy energetic boundaries within myself and only allow in what I desire. Under the arm. As I release this resentment, we'll go to the liver points. I'm open to putting love in its place. And just see if you can muster up some love. May not have to be for this person, but if you can, try it. Just Give it a shot. If you can't, do it for yourself. I'm open to putting love in the place of this resentment. I'm open to expanding into love in this moment right now. Let's move on to the wrist points. I'm done hurting myself because someone else hurt me. We'll move a couple finger widths down on the wrist points into this peace point, breathing in peace into your heart space. Top of the head, clearing this energy from its roots and origins. Eyebrow, from all it has done and meant to me. Side of the eye, all the way back through my past, from where I may have learned resentment in the first place. Under the eye, from all the times things were done to me. Under the nose, releasing this poison from my body and soul. Under the mouth, it's safe to let it go now. If that doesn't feel true, I'm open to the possibility that it may one day be safe to let it go. Collarbone, allowing myself to heal. Under the arm, treating myself with love and kindness. Side of the hand, because I deserve that. And even though I may still carry resentment at some point in my life, I'm open to transforming that energy into fuel for taking my power back. Bring your hands to your heart. Breathe all the energy back into your heart space. See if you can allow your heart to swell right now. Maybe close your eyes and even just imagine it. Imagine your heart swelling with love, whether it's for this person, these people, yourself, the world in general, everyone in this room. Muster up as much love as you possibly can. Muster up as much peace and wholeness as you possibly can right now. You guys look so beautiful on my screen. It's bringing tears to my eyes. So tell me, how you feeling? I think I'll go ahead and stop recording so we can all share. Thank you for everyone who will be watching this replay. Much love, and we will talk very soon.